Well, good evening, race fans of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Old Masters 360 Sprint Car Series, Season 17 here on Talking Dirt TV. Now, we welcome you into the program, of course. My name is Mr. Ryan Williams, and joining me once again on the call for tonight's action will be Marion, South Carolina's Matt Pridgeon. Matt, welcome back to the show. Welcome to the broadcast once again. Another exciting night of DOB here. Unfortunately, the last time here on TDTV, but exciting nonetheless.
Oh yeah, and we're at Weedsport. Man, this ought to be a good night.
It ought to,
It
of
really
course.
should.
Of course, Weedsport Speedway up in New York. Absolutely beautiful weather here for this event. We'll pull this up, blow this up a little bit, make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see some more of the information on the season so far. So far we've had 5 different winners in 6 races, Matt. Of course, those winners are Ryan Scheidt, who took the first one. Tyler Shells won a race. Braden Eiler, the only 2-time winner. And then you've got Mason Hannigan picking up a win as well. Kevin Click, the most recent winner last week with the 360 series. But here at Weedsport, most resembles my home track, so really excited to see this race here, Matt. If you look at the layout of Weedsport, it really does resemble that home track of mine. So we'll see if it races similarly here tonight. Of course, the dirt nice and compact so far as we begin hot laps here with the DOB 360s. And man, all I can say, I am excited for this one because Weedsport, a place that you don't see too very often when it comes to series. A lot of guys like to stay away from it, but here, Matt, we've got over 30 guys signed in to race at this D-shaped track in upstate New York.
Yeah, a pretty big field here tonight. This track's a lot more narrow than the tracks we've been visiting to here recently, besides USA. So it should put out some interesting racing. I'm ready for it. Like I said, big field of cars. These guys know what they're doing. Got a couple pro license in here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. As we're already clicking off some laps, we'll pull up your standings on the top left-hand side of your screen. A couple of good-looking drivers out here. David Smeal there in car 172. Chris Roberts is a round out of 4. They're in 93. Brett Strickler back in number 38. Good to see him, as well as Josh Steinke here as we move over to car number 800 there. Is Josh Steinke. Nicholas McGeethy back with the 360s as well in car number 73, as that will bring a close here to session number 1. Already 10 cars taking their hot lap time. So far, so good with the DOB 360 sprint cars, brought to you by Wicked Brands, Wicked Cushion Esports, and so many more right here on TDTV. So, Matt, so far during the season, we've obviously, like I said, seen 5 different winners. Point standings as we sit, Tyler Shell has a narrow 3-point lead over Ernie Williams Jr., who drives that number 91 car. Ryan Scheidt sits about 35 points back. And then right at 38 points back, Chris Robertson, 4th. Kevin Click, a measly 58 points back of the points lead right now as we sit. So Tyler Shell, even though he did catch that one bad luck bug there with the disqualification at the season opener, he's been able to avenge himself pretty well here, as he currently has that points lead.
Kevin Click's gonna go quick time so far in this practice session, with Darren Detweiler 2nd, Brian Moore 3rd. Kenny Miller hops up into the 3rd position, but they are getting dicey on the track. I'll tell you what.
Well, you remember last Tuesday night, that exciting battle we saw between Kevin Click and Kenny Miller, and there were quite a few others in there as well. But we'll see how tonight at Weedsport shapes up. As Matt said, Kevin Click, new quick time, 12.35 seconds around the Weedsport Speedway. A couple of other guys still on the track. Jack Young there in car number 18 as he pulls off. And that will do it for session number 2. 20 cars in. And around 15 to go here. There's Michael DeGrande in car 47. Braden Eiler up in front of him, not loaded in quite yet. There we go. There's Braden's number 6. Brennan Lacey, new driver to the season here, 414 car. Josh Piquel right behind, or Josh Piquel a couple of cars behind there in 33. Tyler Shell up here in 85. Miles Jansen Jr. in 35. Ross Carenta in 10. And Justin Zapatozny there in car number 3. Now, I did talk to Justin, Matt. I talked to Justin a couple of days ago. He said, "Man, just call me Justin Z. Or just call me Justin." He said to call him Zap. I like that. We're gonna call him Zap from now on. It's just fitting that he's got a funky to say last name, and we're just gonna call him Zap. You see it all over the car there. Old Zap there in the 3 car. And guess what? He's 11th quick right now. Good laps for Zap.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. During the broadcast, the first night we saw him, I did go look up. I muted my mic and I looked up a pronunciation for that name. I thought I was saying it right, but so we'll just call him Zap.
That'll work. It makes it a lot simpler here. So Brennan Lacey currently 6th. Tyler Shell 7th. Tyler Shell, one of those Black Bumper Brigade here in the session. He's 7th. Braden Eiler currently in the 3rd spot. And those are your only 2 pro licensed drivers in the session right now. So far, let's see here. 28 cars have taken a time, with quite a few left to go here. Cody Terry, Alex Rzinski, Carter Chevalier, Steven Goldner, Ernie Williams Jr., Chris Sebeski, Derek Dissinger, and Adam Buchanan all left to go here. As you see quite a few rolling around the track surface here at Weedsport right now. Over 35 cars signed in here tonight with the DOB 360 sprint cars. And there they go, blasted down the front straightaway here at Weedsport Speedway.
Yeah, and I tell you that turn 1 can get tricky sometimes. So I'm curious to see how these heat races. I don't know who that was, but that was Steven Goldner. He took out the wall in 3 and 4. But I'm curious to see how these starts are going to go for these heat races.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Oh, wow. Szerzynski hard into the wall as well. That did not feel good for young Alex Szerzynski. As we just wait on a couple more people here to take some times. Cody Terry, Derek Dissinger, Adam Buchanan. None of those have taken a time here. I believe they will be AFK for the time being, and we will get qualifying underway here shortly. So 33 of 36 have taken a time here in the hot lap sessions with the DOB 360 sprint cars. Of course, coming up in the future, the DOB 360 sprint cars will be heading to another home for the remainder of their season. Taking their place starting next Tuesday evening will be the return of the Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Association. And that will be their season number 3. Their schedule has been released, and it's a banger, Matt. You got dirt mixed in with the asphalt street stock, so I'm very excited to see what they have in store when they return to TDTV starting next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm ready to see if Brian Hacker will join us and if Thomas Frisch will join us back, because I'd like to see a points battle between those two. I think it'd be interesting to watch.
Well, absolutely, and I'm also interested to see how they will be on dirt, as those two primarily are asphalt competitors. But back to what we've got going on here tonight. Qualifying is underway for the DOB 360 sprint cars. That says 410s, though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Had the wrong overlay up, excuse me. There we go. That looks better. First time in, Justin Thomas. Not to be confused with pro golfer Justin Thomas. As we see, Darren Detweiler's lap number 1 goes quick time there in 3D. Good looking run down the front straightaway here for Detweiler on lap 2. Stays 3rd quick. Josh Steinke up to first. Tyler Shell's done with his 2 laps. And he will pull it into the pits. Currently Second quick to Brennan Lacey, who is also done with his laps. Let's look on at Ernie Williams Jr. here working lap number 1. The UDTV sponsored number 91, Ernie Williams Jr. off of turn number 4 here for his first of 2. Williams will slide 9th quick. Good lap 1 for Ernie Williams Jr. That's 9th at a 12.66 second lap time. Chris Sebeski goes second quick while we're watching along with Williams. Where does he fall after lap 2? Any quicker? Don't think so. Ernie Williams Jr. sticking to the 10th spot right now. A couple of guys left to go as we see Travis Nupp now on the speedway in car number 36. Travis's first appearance with the DOB 360s this season, as he flies down the back straightaway in his beautiful orange, black, and white number 36 machine. Oh, man, Travis just runs out of time, Matt. Oh, I hate to see it. Travis runs out of time at the very end, so that will put him at the back of a heat race. Heat race number 1 will line up with Lane Stevens on the point here. Matt Kevin Click to his outside. Braden Eiler, Brennan Lacey on row 2. Jeremy Zarfos. Hey, good to see old Jay-Z back, owner of Jay-Z Photography, one of your presenting sponsors here. Mr. Jeremy Zarfos there in car number 19. David Smeal Jr. will start 6th. Brian Moore will start 7th. Miles Jansen will start 8th. And Adam Buchanan will roll off from the 9th spot here, Matt. So if we base anything off of how close those qualifying and practice times were, Matt, I think we're in for a heck of a show here in heat race number 1.
Yeah, because it can look like a big difference on the timesheets, but when you're actually looking at these time passing by with cars going around the track, you'd see that they're not that far apart at all. So you add in the traffic of other cars, and then you're right there at the same times.
Oh, absolutely, man. And we're about to see exactly that as we get a good look at your front row there. Lane Stevens on the inside as we come around to take that illustrious 1 to green this time. I believe 10 lap heat races here tonight. And the way we shake up, Matt, does it tell you, are we going to have a C and a B main with 36 cars here?
So far it's saying we are.
So far it's saying we are having a C and a B. Okay, so that'll set us up taking the top 4 from 5 heat races.
4. So there's going to be 16 cars transferring from the heats.
Right.
So that leaves you, what'd you say, we have 35 cars?
That'll leave you 8 cars
right
to take from the C and B. As the green flag drops here on heat race number 1. As Lane Stevens, Kevin Click battle down the back straightaway here at Weedsport, still side by side as Click clears him. He'll lead lap number 1. Click, Lacey, Eiler, Zarfos, your top 4. As we race down the backstretch here, look at them fan out. Everybody's searching for a little bit of ground. Eiler now to the bottom, Matt. 9, they get 8 to go as Braden Eiler challenges for the 2nd spot. Ooh-wee!
Ooh! Lacey up into the wall on his side, and that will bring us to a caution.
Lacey may have... Yeah, man. Very unfortunate. Lacey may have been trying to protect a little too hard there, running in that 2nd spot, and finds himself now on the outside looking in. He'll have to go to that C main. So we'll take the... My goodness, Matt. Will we take the top 4 out of the C main to the B main, take the top 8 out of the B main?
Yeah, that seems to be what it's been doing the past couple weeks, so I'd imagine, yeah.
Well, absolutely. We'll see when we get there, at least. So, new top 4, ladies and gentlemen, watching at home. Kevin Click, Braden Eiler, Jeremy Zarfos, Miles Jansen Jr. now into the top 4. First car on the outside looking in will be David Smeal. There in car number 172. Now, on your screen, he will show up as a 72, but on per iRacing, he's got a 1 in the number, is what you'll see on the big board at the top left-hand side of your screen. There he is, number 72, David Smeal Jr. So looking back up front here with Kevin Click. As the light's still on, going to come around. We're going to take 1 to go to green this time. As I look like Miles Jansen up there, he's trying to clean off them tires, Matt. He's set he's got his sights set for a big run here in these closing 8 laps.
Take a look to the back. Not sure what happened to Lane Stevens on that start. You know, he was taking us to green, but fell back. He's riding in the 7th spot currently. Hopefully he can make some spots back up. Kevin Click's going to take us to this green flag, and he is on it.
It absolutely is. Click into turns 1 and 2, current leader over Eiler. As we're starting here, 7 laps to go. Take a look back now at Jeremy Zarfos, currently in 3rd under fire from Jansen as we head off into 1 and 2 again. You see Jansen just take it and swing it a little wide there in 1 and 2. Remember the pretty much hard D shape into turns 1 and 2, throwing guys for a loop already as we cross for 5 laps to go here. Click, still your leader, but Eiler is closing, Matt.
Jansen hard into the wall coming off of turns 2 that allows Smeal to catch up to him. Smeal going to try to high side 3 and 4, not going to be able to do it, but he
look up
stays
front,
in
Matt.
line behind him.
Look up front. You had a slide job for the lead there. Braden Eiler took it for a moment, then got into the fence, and now he's right back to the bumper of Click, Matt. Ooh.
Click into the wall hard. Going to stay in the 3rd spot, though.
That he will as Zarfos takes it away from him. That 2nd spot. So now Kevin Click going to have to make up some ground here with just 2 laps to go. We're going to come off turn number 4. Going to be a white flag for that man right there, the 6th car, Braden Eiler. Going to watch this battle for 2nd as it looks like Kevin Click's kind of giving way for now as turn 1 continues to give guys an absolute fit here. As we will come off of turn number 4, Braden Eiler will win heat race 1, 2nd to Zarfos, 3rd to Click, 4th to Jansen, who was closing, 5th to Smeal, and he will be your first on the outside looking in, going to that CMB main. Then it's Moore, Buchanan, and Stevens on the track here, Matt, as we get ready to grid up heat race number 2 with Aaron Daffler on the pole there in car number 41. Outside of him, it'll be the 91, currently 2nd in series points, Ernie Williams Jr. Row number 2 on the inside, it'll be the man in the number 37. That'll be Alex Szerzynski. Outside of him, the Canadian in the bunch, Mr. Chris Sabeski in car number 21. Next row back, row 3, Ross Carenta in car number 10. Chris Roberts to his outside in car number 93. It'll be Blake Carrick starting off row number 4. Alongside him, old Justin Zapp there in car number 3. Cody Terry, I believe, will not be in action here in heat race number 2. Here's a good look there. That front row, 2 very, very good 360 sprint car competitors as they get set to lock horns here for a 10-lap heat race at Weedsport. Alex Szerzynski been good all season long. Chris Sabeski, haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. Good to have the Canadian back among the bunch. Ross Carenta, first time we're seeing him this season with DOB. Good looking machine there for him, that number 10 car. Velocity race designs all over the side of that one. Take a look there at Chris Roberts back in the 93 car, Blake Carrick in 09, and then Zapp there in the number 3. As Matt, I believe we're getting set to come to a green flag out of turn number 4.
That is indeed what it looks like. And Daffler, now he decides to go. He's on the loud pedal. They're going to go off into turns 1, almost 4 wide there for a second. Alex Szerzynski is going to hold out the 3rd position with, Sabeski right there underneath him trying to get that final transfer. Ooh.
So that's Ross Carenta up into the wall there. Carenta off the racetrack. So I believe we will stay green flag racing. Yes, we will. Sabeski up into the 4th spot. The Catfish doing a little high side tickling here at Weedsport as he tries to track down Sabeski for that 4th and final transfer spot. Up in front of them, Szerzynski way sideways Alex Szerzynski with a big mistake here with 7 laps to go. And now Sobieski up into the wall, Matt. All heck is breaking loose at Weedsport here in heat race number 2. It's got to be to the Catfish's liking as here comes Roberts looking to the outside. And now possibly going to have to dive back inside of Szerzynski.
And it seems like they're just trading lines, throwing slide jobs on each other throughout the corners. You got to wonder when's Chris Roberts going to try to make his move and follow them both down in there and try to stick it in there 3 wide to get that transfer.
That is exactly what I'm wondering to myself right now, Matt. As there goes Chris around the outside, up into that 4th spot in front of Sobieski. As he will now have an advantage down the back straightaway as the high side is moving. And Sobieski now back up in front of Roberts out of turn number 4. 3 laps remain here. Up front, it's been all Daffler, but he's got Williams in the crosshairs. Ernie Williams Jr. trying to load up a shot of his own with 2 laps to go here at Weedsport.
Roberts through on the high line throughout the corner. He's gonna
slide job for the lead, Matt.
Coming up to the white flag.
Yeah, slide job for the lead there. Yeah.
Williams in the wall. Gonna allow Daffler to get a good run going into 3. Daffler gonna attempt the slide job. Nope, he's gonna keep it down low and come home in 2nd. Williams winning.
Yeah, Szerzynski 3rd, Sobieski 4th. Roberts falls 1 spot short of a transfer here, and he will have to go to the B main event as we pull up your results here just to get a good look. Of course, it was your top 4: Williams, Daffler, Szerzynski, and Chris Sobieski. Then you had Roberts, Carrick, Zapatoxny, and Carenta. As that was heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 now in the grid here. We'll pull it up for you so you can see at home. Josh Cotton, Brett Strickler, row number 1. Kenny Miller and Tyler Schell, row 2. Justin Thomas, Jack Young, row number 3. Michael DeGrande, Joshua Bach, row number 4. And Travis Schnupp, all by his lonesome back there on row number 5. Good overviewing look here of Weedsport, this D-shaped oval dirt track, as these guys set to go racing for 10 laps here in heat race number 3.
Yeah, and I don't have much experience at this track on iRacing, but you know, I think this track's going to tend to do the same thing that just about all the rest of them do, and just keep moving that high line up. And then once the whole entire width of the track gets dark, then you're going to have, you know, guys really moving all over the track to find some speed.
Well, that does tend to be what a lot of the tracks do. Some, I believe, like I-55, in the new track, you have a groove all the way around at the bottom for the entirety. But here we go, underway for heat race number 3. Josh Cotton straight to a lead and straight into the wall. That's going to be the kicker all night long. It's who can stay out of that wall, Matt.
It seems like a lot of guys are struggling with it here so far tonight. But Tyler Schell is not letting that scare him off of that high line right now. He has got that right rear tire absolutely pinned to the cushion all the way around the track, and he is absolutely flying at the moment.
Oh, yes, he is, as he now goes to the bottom looking for 2nd away from Strickler. Takes it down the backstretch into 3 and 4, and almost in your leader as Cotton starts to come down the track. Schell had to get on the binders there. He falls back to 3rd behind Strickler once again. Battle for 4th, Kenny Miller, Justin Thomas go to battle. As you're looking at that battle right now on your screen, Miller around the outside. Thomas going to fire back into 1 and 2. He slides way up the track, and into the wall goes Justin Thomas. Gets out of it, but falls all the way back to the rear of the field here, Matt.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but again, you know, that wall's there, and that wall monster's up here in New York with us tonight. That's what it is. Ooh, a little bit of right rear from 85 of Shell to Kenny Miller.
Yeah, you're talking about that wall. We've been talking about the wall monster all year long. It's followed us just about everywhere we've gone as we continue to battle here up towards the front. Josh Cotton, your leader once again. Strickler was trading sliders with him. Insert Shell into the mix as we've got a 3-car dance for the lead. Matt, they're doing their best tango impression as whoa, Strickler goes way wide there in car 38.
And 2 laps to go. Ooh, Shell into the wall a little bit. Now coming to the white flag. Oh, big run by Strickland.
Yeah, that was Brett Strickler with a big run there. White flag has been taken. So this one's for all the marbles. Miller up into the fence, but Jack Young a little too far back to make a challenge as we head into 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway for the final time. Who's it going to be in the long drag race? I believe Matt give it to Josh Cotton.
Oh my gosh.
Look
what a race.
at that, ladies and gentlemen. 0.01 seconds for your heat race number 3 winner, Joshua Cotton. 0.014. That is less than a nose length in these 360 sprints. If you guys missed that one, if you know people that missed that one, they need to get in the stream and rewind it, because what a finish out of Josh Cotton and Brett Strickler. Tyler Shell comes home in the 3rd spot, only 0.1 seconds back. So your top 3, you could throw a blanket over them, absolutely, and they would have all been under it, let me tell you.
Literally.
So Kenny Miller comes home in that 4th and final transfer spot. Young, DeGrande, Nuff, Thomas, Bach, all to the C and B mains as heat race number 4 now on the speedway here, Matt. Steven Goldner will be outside. Josh Piquel will lead us to the green flag. Darren Detweiler starts 3rd. Joshua Steinke starts 4th. Ryan Scheidt in the 010, your week 1, session 1 winner, will start in the 5th spot. Nick McGeethy will start in the 73. He'll be 6th. Then you'll have Christopher Lynn in 48. Carter Chevalier in 110. And Derek Dissinger in the 12 machine. What a race there in heat race number 3. These guys have a lot of work to do if they want to top it here, as heat race number 4 takes their 1 to go to green, Matt.
Yeah, and Joshua Piquel, man, he's been in the positions to get it done. Bad luck strikes, not just him, but Detweiler, McGeethy, all of them guys, man. That you hate to see it, you're ready to see him pull it off.
Yeah, it's been happening all season long. Luckily for these guys, still some pretty good runs in that mix. They're doing decent points-wise, but let's see how they shape up here at Weedsport. We just had a Sports Center Top 10 moment. Let's see if we get another one out of heat race number 2. Piquel on the loud pedal.
And Joshua Steinke going to go straight to the top side. Trying to make a move around Detweiler. Going to do a Detweiler.
I think Steinke was watching Tyler Shell a little bit in that last heat race and saw what that 85 was able to muster up on the top shelf. But so did Josh Piquel and Steven Goldner, as they're both on the top side here, right on each other's tails, as we're nose to tail with your leader in 2nd place. Contact down the backstretch as we've got 2 around. McGeethy and the 15 of Chevalier, as that will bring out caution here in heat race number 4.
You know, Steinke had to have gotten excited when he saw the contact made between 1st and 2nd.
Man. Absolutely. Absolutely, Matt. He had to get a little ecstatic there. Unfortunately, though, nothing doing because of it. And we will have to back it down, try it again here. With a couple of laps in the books here for heat race number 4. Currently leading Josh Piquel in 33. Good looking ride so far for Josh. If he can just, keep the car a little straighter. He had that bobble there with the contact made with Goldner. Now we'll see if Josh has learned anything from that incident, or if we'll see the same slam bam racing that we just saw here once we restart. As we're coming around, take that 1 to go to green there. You see that design medal alert number 33, your current leader. Right behind him there in car number 30, another Canadian, second Canadian we've seen here tonight, Matt. And Steven Goldner currently in the top 3. Josh Steinke, his second or third appearance on the season with us, the UDTV sponsored number 00. Then Darren Detweiler, also sponsored by Design Metal Art. On Double D, the setup man for the series, you'd think that he'd have a bit of an advantage here, but so far not proving to be the case, as Josh Piquel has led all the laps thus far here in heat race number 4.
He's going to try to lead 8 more here now coming to green.
Yeah, 7 laps to go, Matt. You saw Goldner trying to get the jump on him, but he's going to get jumped. Now Steinke into the second spot. That 00 on a rail here, as he's picked up 2 spots already. Goldner back to 3rd, Detweiler in 4th. So good runs respectively. Ryan Scheidt looking to get into that top 4 there. And his number 10 machine, Chris Lim, there in the 48. Currently rides around in the 6th spot.
He almost had it.
Where we got that? Where are you looking at?
Job, the lead. He tried to throw a slide job last lap, but just wasn't quite there. But he is trying to make a move.
Oh, he both into the wall.
Piquel in the wall.
Both your front runners into the wall. There's now Steinke back to the bottom. Slider line. Little contact with the inside guardrail. Has to pull up behind Piquel with 3 laps to go. Piquel into the wall once again. Gives Steinke another run on the bottom, but now Josh going to stick it to the high side as we come around. Going to be 2 to go this time. It's Steinke in second. Piquel, your leader, who's going to take an advantage down the back straightaway here. As Piquel's into the wall again, Matt. Perfect opportunity. And now will the slide job be completed by Steinke? No, it will not. Piquel back to the outside here, white flag.
Man, what a race so far, but we still got 2 more corners to go. They go down into turn 3. Steinke on the bottom, Piquel on the top.
Oh, wow.
Steinke slips up. He slips up. Piquel's going to win the heat race. Steinke second, Goldner third, Detweiler fourth, Scheidt fifth, Lynn sixth. 7th is going to be McGeethy. 8th is Chevalier.
That's right. You saw there at the very end, Josh Steinke wheel hops, trying to come to the checkered flag. Wheel hop that guardrail coming out of turn number 4. So tough luck there for Josh Steinke. So after heat 4, Matt, I believe, jumping straight into your C main event for the night, with Adam Buchanan rolling off on the point there in car number 44. Old Zap there in the 3 car. He'll start outside front row. Travis Knupp, Nicholas McGeethy will be row number 2. Lane Stevens, Ross Carrenta will be row number 3. Let's see here. Justin Thomas, Carter Chevalier, row number 4. Row 5 will be Brennan Lacey and Cody Terry. Then it's Joshua Bach and Derek Dissinger will be your 6th and final row here for this C-main event, taking what, Matt, the top 4 to the main event, or to the B main, correct?
Yep, it's going to be taking top 4 to the B, and then the top 8 to the feature.
So top 4 to the B, and then the top 8 will go to the feature out of the B main here tonight with the DOB 360 Sprint Cars. You're watching live on Talking Dirt TV. Appreciate everybody who stopped in so far. Say hi if you haven't already in the chat, and let us know who you guys are rooting for as we get set. 12 laps of C-main racing action here at the Weedsport Speedway. One of the coolest sights in all of iRacing here at Weedsport, of course. One of the trickier tracks to get around so far. These guys have done a pretty good job of it. Minus 1 or 2 cautions. But so far, racing has been exciting, to say the least, as we get set to take the green flag. Buchanan on the loud pedal. Here we go, Matt.
Yeah, the racing sure has surprised me. I'm not going to lie, because... Oh, Zapatox's knee around. Oh, collected somebody else. I think it was... Oh, man.
There were quite a few in there. Carter Chevalier involved. Ross Carrenta caught a small piece of it. He should be okay to continue here as well. Zap looking decent there in the 3 car, but the big falter of that one will be Carter Chevalier. He caught a good chunk of damage there as a result of that lap number 1 incident here in the C main event.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but yeah, I'm surprised at how the racing's going so far. I mean, it's been pretty too wide, all night so far, throwing sliders all over the places. You say it's the kind of racing you like to see.
Oh, absolutely. This is easily the kind of racing that you want to see when it comes to sprint car racing. As the field currently trying to catch up to your leader there, Adam Buchanan. As you're watching from the top-down point of view here. As I believe that car in the middle there be Travis Nupp. Travis will fall back towards the... Actually, Travis was up in that 2nd spot, so I believe Travis will stay right where he's at here. As we take a good look there at your leader on the Jeremy Zarfos photography sponsored number 44 for Adam Buchanan. McGeethy in 73, I believe, currently 2nd. Lane Stevens in 33 or in 32 looks like he will be in the 3rd spot. Justin Thomas, Brennan Lacey, your top 5. Remember, just the top 4 here will transfer to the B main event coming up in just a few minutes here on TDTV. Not sure what's going on here with Travis Nupp. Maybe he's actually in his rightful position, but it's just not updated as far as my scoring is concerned. As the pace truck will pull off here. Green flag gonna fly once again. Buchanan back on the loud pedal, Matt.
I don't know what it's looking like on your screen, but my screen looks like Nupp's having a little bit of internet issues. He keeps going in and out, but Lane Stevens and Justin Thomas having a good go at it. Stevens on the outside trying to stay off that wall and be fast at the same time.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Whoa!
He got into him. Ooh. Brandon Lacey.
Yeah.
Not sure what happened there. I don't know if he was already sideways or caught the tail end of that.
Well, I'm not sure either, but we're going to go back and have a look at it here. As we saw, I believe, Lane Stevens involved there. We're going back a little far, but we're going to watch them as they head down the backstretch here into turns 3 and 4. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, gets straight into him. That was almost really bad for Ross Carrenta, as Carrenta also comes to a stop at the close of that one. So a few cars involved here, and we will see what the decision is from race control on who is at fault for this caution here in the C main event. Is Carter Chevalier crashes during pace laps. Hate to see it for Carter at the back, and just adding insult to injury there, as his C main may be done for the evening here at Weedsport. Man, oh man, action all over the place, even during the pace laps, Matt.
Yeah, man, there's never a dull moment here.
Never a dull moment with DOB here on TDTV, guys. What did you think was gonna happen?
So the pace car is dipped off, and like Buchanan's gonna take off. Gets off to a good jump. We'll throw it in the bottom, run that slider line. McGeethy runs the top all the way around, trying to get some momentum coming off of Buchanan. Gonna stick to the bottoms through 3 and 4. McGeethy, good run to the outside. Buchanan.
We saw that bottom mat. It was being run in the fourth heat race there, and just came up short for Steinke, and now McGeethy has taken advantage of Buchanan trying to do the same thing, and McGeethy currently was scored your race leader last time by, but right now Buchanan back to the lead there in 44, as McGeethy going to have another great run off of turn number 4, just about neck and neck at the line. 73 tried to throw it in down low. It works to perfection as we're side by side down the back straightaway.
Oh, he's gonna clip the inside. Oh, clip the inside guardrail. Oh, and he collects Stevens. Golly.
Absolutely does. As the caution flag flies here, going to be third caution of this race, Matt. Man, oh man, absolutely hate it for Lane Stevens just driving around minding his own business. And he gets collected in Nicholas McGeethy's spin in turn number 4. And you see, Matt, I don't think that thing's supposed to have that kind of toe out, do you?
No, sir, I don't think so.
I sure don't think so, as Nicholas McGeethy's left front is pointed directly to the right, and so is the right front. We call that the crab walk around here. He is absolutely doing that crab walk. Oh, man. Tough break there for Nick McGeethy. Absolutely hate to see it, as that young man's night might be ruined here, Matt.
I want to point out 2 drivers that are in the top 5 right now. You got Brennan Lacey, who started in the 9th position. He's sitting in 3rd.
Right.
And old Zap, he started, I think he started outside front row. Got caught up in that early caution. Now he's back up to 5th.
Well, Justin Thomas also +5 here in the C main. He's currently in 2nd. Like you said, Lacey. Travis Knupp currently is in the 4th spot there in car number 36 that just came across your screen. As Matt, I believe we're getting set for another restart here. Buchanan back on the loud pedal, and we are underway with 5 laps remaining here for the C-main event with the DOB 360s. And we are side by side for 2nd. Whoa, Buchanan, a bit of a slide out of turn number 4. Out of turn number 2, excuse me. Lane Stevens was around. Lane back up to racing pace here, and he will continue on. Battle for the lead is 3 wide, Matt. Oh, contact.
Ooh. Big contact in that 3 wide, but that's going to give Brandon Lacey the lead. Adam Buchanan's going to be in your 2nd position.
What a shakeup. We went from Buchanan being your leader to now Buchanan in 2nd. Brennan Lacey took advantage. He's your leader. Now Travis Knupp back into the 3rd spot. Thomas right now in 4th. And Zap on the bottom, currently in 5th. Nick McGeethy with the extra stagger and all. We got caution. We got big trouble in turn 2.
Big pile up.
Big pile up there. Zap involved. Lane Stevens, I think, makes it through unscathed. Joshua Bach got a piece. I believe Buchanan had a piece. Let's take a look back and see if we can see exactly what happens here coming out of turn number 2. So it starts out there, Matt. It starts out. Let's throw it in reverse one more time here in slow motion. And we'll head off into turns 1 and 2. You see 38 get into 44 there. That was, of course, Knupp and Buchanan. And then Buchanan into Zap. 73 McGeethy catches it on the left front. Hey, that might reverse that toe out that he suffered a little bit earlier. So Justin Z might be able to, or not Justin Z, that was Nicholas McGeethy. McGeethy might be able to continue on here with still 3 laps to go. Top 3 right now, Brennan Lacey, Justin Thomas, and like I just stated, Nicholas McGeethy still out there, still fighting here. In car 73 looking to make this B-man event. Joshua Bach now in the 4th and final transfer spot. Up 7 spots. Lane Stevens still out there after collecting a little bit of that caution. He'll be in 5th. 6th right now, Adam Buchanan. Justin Zap, Travis Knupp off of the speedway. Scored in the 8th spot in car number 36. So a big shakeup, Matt. We saw that 44 lead this thing the whole way, and all of a sudden, he finds himself way on the outside looking in back in 6th as we get set for another restart here with just 3 laps remaining.
Yeah, well, everybody see on the track right now is pretty much what they're doing is racing for where they're going to start in the B main right now.
Absolutely. As let's see, green flag out of turn number 4. Lacey back on the hammer. There's Thomas McGeethy, your top three. Thomas way up top. Let's McGeethy buy down the backstretch. Here we go. Nick's gotta throw that slider line. We've seen the bottom. It doesn't work to clear him. He sticks it on the bottom. Thomas up the track, and he will take back that second spot with 1 lap to go here. Lacey down the back straight away. Looks like he's gonna have coast clear to a win. McGeethy, Buchanan back into that 4th and final transfer spot. Looks like he's gonna wrap it up. There's Brennan Lacey, your winner. Thomas 2nd. 3rd, McGeethy. And your 4th and final transfer to the B-Main, Matt, will be Adam Buchanan. A little bit of a triumphant return to the top 4 there as he found himself back in 6th on the restart. Stevens Zapatoxny will round out the cars on the speedway. I keep saying Zapatoxny even though he told me it was wrong. I'm sorry, Justin. I will learn to say it correctly in the future, I do promise. So, B-Main coming to the grid now, Matt. 12 cars, top 8 transfer. That means 4 will watch the main event from the top of the toter here at Weedsport. Why don't you go ahead and read off, Matt, who we got here in tonight's B-Main event?
All right, so you got David Smil taking us to green. Chris Roberts going to be 2nd. Jack Young 3rd. Ryan Scheidt 4th. 5th is going to be Brian Moore. 6th is going to be Blake Carrick. Michael DeGrande is going to be 7th. Christopher Lynn 8th. Brandon Lacey 9th. Justin Thomas 10th. McGeethy 11th. Buchanan is going to round out the field in the 12th position.
So 12 cars, 8 laps. Or 12 cars, 12 laps, top 8 to tonight's feature here at Weedsport. As the field gets set, lights go out on the iRacing Chevy Silverado Page truck as we get set to begin tonight's B-Main event from the Weedsport Speedway. So here tonight at Weedsport, going to be a 35-lap main event. Coming up next at Lanier will be a 40-lap main event as we see Smil and Roberts jostling for that position here for the start. As Smil will fire early, green flag in the air here for tonight's B-Main event. Smil a good lead off the jump. Jack Young now to the bottom here, Matt, as we got one into the wall. It was Brian Moore Sr. as he is able to get back rolling there in the 58 machine. Up in front of him was Adam Buchanan, who transferred in. Michael DeGrande there in 47. We're working our way all the way back towards the front where we see a hornet's nest. 2nd on back Roberts. Carrick, Scheidt, Young, all in the mix here, Matt, with Brennan Lacey, who transferred in out of a C main nonetheless, now into this hornet's nest.
And almost going 4 wide there. Looks like they might try to go 4 wide again. Now it's looking like they're trying to go 5 wide, but and Scheidt be following behind Chris Roberts. Got Brandon Lacey on the bottom. Ooh, contact between Roberts and Lacey. Scheidt wheel hopping. Oh, everybody's wheel hopping.
Everybody's wheel hopping, but we're still green here, man. Thank the good Lord above. Rounding up the top 8 right now, McGeethy and DeGrande. Remember, you got to get in the top 8 here if you want to transfer. Justin Thomas, first car outside looking in. Now it's Christopher Lynn as those two battle for position number 9. Back up towards the front. That hornet's nest has kind of subsided for now. Smil, your leader. Carrick trying to run him down 7 laps, make it 6 to go this time by. Whoa! 2nd place, Matt. Carrick, all kinds of loosey-goosey. Lacey around him. New 2nd place man here, Matt.
Brandon Lacey's showing his speed right now. Now he's trying to track down David Smil.
There's no way.
Like he
There.
slide job. Oh, Smil shut down the slide job.
Man, I don't believe it's often that we see a guy win a C main event and then follow it up and pick up 8 spots to win a B main to get into the show. I don't know if this has been done before with the DOB 360s, but it might be done here tonight with just 3 to go in your B main event. Lacey, your current leader, up 8 spots. Smeal, Carrick, Roberts, round out the top 4. Scheidt, McGeethy, Young, DeGrande round out the top 8 going to the feature. But let's keep an eye here on your leader, Brennan Lacey. And, I mean, by all accounts, Matt, if he's able to hold on and win this thing, might be your early contender for a possible hard charger in tonight's A-main event, because he is absolutely flying with 1 lap to go.
Yeah, and he's just got it on cruise control now. I mean, 2 more corners and he's won this B main.
He absolutely has. As Lacey crosses first, battle for second, give it to Carrick over Smeal. Roberts, then Scheidt for 4th and 5th. McGeethy, Young, and your final transfer to tonight's A-main event here at Weedsport will be none other than Michael DeGrande in car number 47, Matt. So following those 8, you had Justin Thomas there in car number 9. He'll finish 9th, or in car number 23, excuse me. He'll finish 9th. Adam Buchanan in 44 will finish 10th. Brian Moore Sr. will finish 11th. Christopher Lynn will finish in that 12th spot in tonight's B-main event. I believe, let's see here. We've got the warm-up state on the track now. Doesn't look like anybody's going to take it. And they will skip straight to tonight's A-main event. That they will, as we will get set for tonight's A-main event live from the Weedsport Speedway here on TDTV. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in thus far. As we get set to read off your starting lineup for tonight's 35-lap A-main event from the beautiful Weedsport Speedway here in New York. So rolling off from your first starting spot in the number 6 machine, it'll be Braden Eiler. Outside of him, Ernie Williams Jr. They're in car number 91. Row number 2, it'll be Josh Cotton, Josh Buckel. Row 3, Jeremy Zarfos, Aaron Daffler. Row 4, Brett Strickler, Josh Steinke. Row 5, Kevin Click, Alex Szerzynski. Row number 6, Tyler Shell, Steven Goldner. And following them, Miles Jansen Jr. will roll off in that 13th spot. 14th will be Chris Sabaski. 15th will be Kenny Miller. 16th, Darren Detweiler. 17th, Brendan Lacey. 18th, Blake Carrick. 19th, David Smeal Jr. 20th, Chris Roberts. 21st, Ryan Scheidt. 22nd, Nick McGeethy. 23rd, Jack Young. And your 24th and final starter tonight here at Weedsport will be the number 47 of Michael DeGrande. Matt, good look at your starting field here with that 1 to go to green being taken. If we had to do a pick, Matt, who you riding with for this 35-lap main event?
Hey, it's going to be a wild pick, but I got to do it. Picking Brennan Lacey.
Well, that could very well be the best pick that anybody's ever made. As we come out of turn number 4, green flag, I'm riding with Mr. Braden Eiler here as he takes us into turns 1 and 2 for the very first time. As we begin tonight's A-main event, Eiler, good lead down the back straightaway. Caution already. As we had one around there. Looks like Brett Strickler involved here in 38, as we'll take it in replay. Brett Strickler already involved in a caution here in tonight's A-main event. Tough break there. Let's see here. Kevin Click right there behind him. Strickler, a little contact with Click, as Kevin couldn't get on the binders quite fast enough. And there we have our first caution of the night, as Brett will go in, trying to repair some damage here as the field waits on this pace truck. As we get back set, ready to go, green flag racing once again from the Weedsport Speedway. So a good jump there for Braden Eiler makes me think he might have something up his sleeve here, as he was able to escape with a nice advantage. Excuse me. He was able to escape with a very nice advantage down that front straightaway. Off into turns 1 and 2 was Braden Eiler. And as we get set to go back green flag racing, you got to think, what's Ernie Williams Jr. got up his sleeve to try and throw at that 6 car? How about Joshua Cotton? He was lightning quick in his heat race. Man, so was Josh Piquel. Piquel in that 33. We've seen him be so good until the very end all season long. Can he finally put together a solid run for an entire event? We got a bunch of laps to find out. Here's still going to be 34 to go. There's Jeremy Zarfos in the JZ Photography, number 19. Right behind him, Aaron Daffler currently in 6th. There's Josh Steinke in 00. Alex Rzinski in 37. Tyler Schell in 85. And Steven Goldner rounding out the top 10 here, set for a single file restart out of turn number 4, Matt.
Braden Eiler is on the loud pedal. And a tremendous start there. Got off to a good lead right up there on that wall. Man, I bet you couldn't fit a piece of paper between his right rear tire and that wall in that last corner.
Absolutely not. As we cycle back through here, your big board will update. Braden Eiler is your current leader. Williams Jr. in 2nd. There's a battle for it as Josh Cotton looks to the inside. 3 laps in here of 35. Make it 4 this time.
Ooh. Jansen caught the inside wall and he caught up somebody else. I didn't see who got caught up in it, but they had nowhere to go.
Caught up a lot of people. It looks like his second caution of the race flies here, as we will look on with Chris Roberts as he gets into turns 3 and 4. Yeah, it looks like Jansen gets caught up with the 21 car. In comes Roberts, as well as, I believe, Smeal in the 72. 4-car pileup here on the front straightaway at Weedsport. Brings out your second caution of the night with the DOB 360 sprint cars. As we look at the damage here for the 93, looks pretty good to me. Not too much damage for 93, as he will continue to be on the speedway. Right behind him, Miles Jansen. Minimal damage on his machine as well.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. If we were in our late models, we'd be like, oh, a little bit of damage, that's fine. But these cars, any little bit of damage matters.
Well, they're so...
Even in the 05s.
They're so aero-dependent. They are so aero-dependent that if anything were to go awry with the aero on these cars, it could absolutely ruin a run. But we'll see how they're able to progress here as we continue on. There's Chris Sabeski in that car number 21, the black and red machine. He's got some front nose damage. And I believe Kevin Click right there in front of him. Car looking pretty clean for Click still. As Matt, I believe we've taken our 1 to go to green as we look on with race leader Braden Eiler as we prepare to take the green flag once again here. With, I believe, 4 of 35 in the books with the DOB 360 sprint cars from the Weedsport Speedway. Back to green flag racing we go.
Ernie Williams able to time it a little bit better this time, but man, Braden Eiler gets right there on that wall. It's so awesome to watch, to be honest. But Ernie Williams hanging right there with him.
You know what I call that, Matt? I call that flirting with disaster. One false move out of Eiler, and it could be a night completed as he gets into the wall there in turns 3 and 4. Able to pull it back down off of it. He continues to lead us here. Nice 1-second advantage over Williams, Cotton, Daffler, and the rest as they all continue to battle for position here. Piquel to the top shelf. He's on the outside of Aaron Daffler. Daffler now into 3rd. That bottom, however, starting to come back in here as guys are getting pretty good runs off of it as Josh Cotton goes to that 2nd spot as Williams makes some contact with the wall in turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Williams continues to lose spots here. He's back to 4th now, Matt.
Yeah, Brennan Lacey, he's trying to crack into the top 10. He's currently sitting in 11th underneath Kenny Miller, trying to take that 10th position away from... Oh, okay, we're going to go to caution.
Okay,
Gonna
indeed.
put him back in the 12th position.
That we do. We do go back caution here for David Smeal Jr. and Jack Young. As you see, they're Smeal in the 72 car. We'll take it in reverse to see what happens here with David Smeal. Oh, yeah, big. Let's see here. It wasn't too much of anything. Just two guys get together and come to a stop there. Yeah, that's all it was. Two guys get hooked together, man. You don't. Oh man, they did get. You don't see that too much in iRacing. Two cars get stuck together there on the front stretch, bringing out a caution here with the DOB 360s. Luckily, though, Young and Smeal able to get unstuck from each other, and they will continue to race here. Just interesting, though, is I believe David Smeal missing that front nose wing, got it up underneath that green and black machine, got stuck, and those two luckily able to get unstuck here as we take our one to go to green, I believe, Matt. So far, pretty good race aside from the lead. Braden Eiler been dominant in his quest to capture another one so far. The only two-time winner of the season to date. Looking to make it a three-time out of turn number 4. Still quite a few laps to do here at Weedsport. We're back green flag racing out of turn number 4. 9 laps in the books. 25 to go.
Cotton running the low line coming out of turn 2 there. Braden Eiler's just going to sit up there and top.
Absolutely right, Matt. Is Tyler Schell on the move here in car 85, up 6 spots in this A-main event, 24 laps to go. Up in front of him, there's a Hornet's Nest with Daffler into the wall. Daffler up on top. He will get passed by Josh Piquel. Now Piquel inches around Williams at the line, but Williams going to take it back, and he will ride in third. Piquel a little bit loose there, getting into the corner. Had to snap the car back around. He will remain in that 4th spot. Daffler, Schill, Detweiler there on your screen. It's a Hornet's Nest behind him. Miller, Lacey, Goldner, everybody in the mix here at around the 8th, 9th, 10th spot as Darren Detweiler picks up spot number 7. Caution flag. Steinke involved. I believe Miller involved as well as they come to a rest on the back straightaway to bring out our 4th caution of the evening. With the DOB 360 sprints here in the A-main event. With 21 laps to go here. There you see 4th caution of the event. So 4th caution in, Matt. So far, so good. The status quo for Braden Eiler as he leads us there. Had already stretched his gap up to about 2 seconds over second running Josh Cotton.
And a fantastic run up there on the top. He's taking his right rear tire and smacking that wall monster in the face every time he goes up there too.
And you got to think with this new damage model, what's that doing to the race car right now? Is that going to affect Eiler as we get towards the closing stage of this race? Will Josh Cotton be able to take advantage? Possibly Ernie Williams Jr. looking for win number 1 on the season. Of course, Williams still second in points, but has not amassed a DOB victory so far on the season. He's looking to change that tonight at Weedsport, or even possibly a little bit later on as we head to Lanier National Speedway down in the great state of Georgia. Can't wait to head back to the Peach State, but before we do that, we've got to continue this main event here at Weedsport. Braden Eiler there in car number 6. We'll come back to our green flag off of turn number 4. 21 laps going to remain here. And a great restart for Eiler, Matt.
Yeah, he up to never mind, there's a caution.
Oh, there is a caution.
It was up to a 3/4 of a second. lead there though.
That he was. The caution will fly here for what looks to be Nicholas McGeethy, as we will once again take it in rewind mode and look at exactly what happens here. Yep, you see McGeethy, battling with Ryan Scheit. Those two look like they're about to get together here as they headed out of turn number 2. Let's see where the contact is. There's the contact out of turn number 2. Scheit starts to go around, clips McGeethy, a little neck code, and whoa, hold on to it, Nick, as he goes up onto the side of the race car. And let's see here. I believe he comes back down. Yes, he does. So not quite a full rotation there for Nick McGeethy. Almost did it again, but that will bring out yet another caution flag here tonight. Man, oh man, what a race so far, minus the cautions. These guys, Matt, all over the place. 2 and 3 wide. About everywhere you look here at Weedsport.
Yeah, it's putting on some good racing so far. Just a bunch of short green flag runs, but hopefully we get it together here and run a good bit of green flag laps.
Absolutely, Matt. Looking for a serious green flag run here to close this one out. Let's see if these guys can make it happen. There you see Eiler, Cotton in second, Williams, Jr., Piquel, Daffler. Your top 5 set for a restart here. With 20 laps to go from the Weedsport Speedway, green flag back in the air. Eiler, a good run in 1 and 2. Cotton in a hornet's nest right now. Williams behind him. Piquel there as well. As you're right now looking at Ernie Williams Jr. on that outside. Going to take back that 3rd spot at the line. Right now up to 2nd. Will he make contact with the wall? Just a little bit. Still to the outside of Cotton. Cotton back to the inside. Oh, man, we got a caution once again.
Man, let me tell you, that Tyler Shell, he jumped up on the top there and he was coming, son. I don't know what position it's going to put him in after that caution, but he was on the move there.
He absolutely was, Matt. Absolutely. As I believe we're going to have one here that involves Joshua Piquel. Let's see here. Let's kick it in rewind mode and see if that was, in fact, Piquel involved in the caution. Ooh, yep. He started some of it. Oh, man, Matt, your pick for this one involved. And it looks like there was a bit of a melee behind him.
Well, Piquel and...
looks like Piquel in the 41... make contact.
Lacey and Piquel are still up here, though.
They are, because they weren't the ones who actually spun. I believe the 41 goes around. See if Roberts catches a piece here. Now, Chris gets around it. Double O gets around it as well. They pile up on the top shelf there with, I believe that was Brett Strickler. Strickler got a piece of a car bank there, so it looks like everybody, besides the 41 machine, able to continue on here. That 41, of course, is Aaron Daffler. As the green flag flies once again, Matt, 19, make it 18 laps to go here at Weedsport.
Tyler Shell back to the top. And there, Ernie Williams up there is up on the top too. Or top as well. Shell's gonna get around Detweiler. He's almost got around.
Well, Matt, here's the thing. How they sit right now, if it were to finish the way it is currently, Ernie Williams Jr. would take the points lead away from Tyler Schell, I believe. Now, that being said, Williams has to stay out of that catch fence and hopefully for his own good, get that second spot away from Josh Cotton. But right now, the top looks like it's working a charm for the 91 as he goes to second down the backstretch here, Matt. Looking not only to solidify himself a top 3, but also to take the points lead out of this first race here tonight.
And he's gonna try to track down the 6 of Braden Eiler now.
Well, now Williams has company in the form of Schell. Tyler's up to that 3rd spot. Ernie Williams back in 2nd. This one is going to keep that points battle tight coming out of this one. Brennan Lacey, Matt, up to the 5th spot. Up 12 so far. Tied for hard charger with Darren Detweiler, who's up to 4th. Back behind these guys, there's a good look at Steven Goldner, Josh Piquel, caution flag. Let's see here. Miles Jansen Jr. possibly, as he is facing the wrong direction there in car number 35. Once again, a rewind here. Whoa, there was a bunch of guys involved here, Matt. Let's see if we can catch some numbers. That looks like, let's see, 41 of Daffler involved, 72 involved. There's that car down there on the inside also involved, Matt. See, I'll be able to
about what is it, 12 to go. No, you got, if you're Braden Eiler, you got to be feeling pretty good about this run.
Oh, absolutely. As again, those involved in that caution, David Smeal Jr., Aaron Daffler, Miles Jansen Jr., all involved in this caution here with just a handful of laps remaining here, Matt. 12 laps to go, so 2 handfuls plus a couple extra thumbs, I guess. As Eiler now into turns 3 and 4 going to come around. We're going to take that one to go to green here. So far, this young man has been dominant at Weedsport.
Yeah, and it's probably a good thing that these guys aren't running any mirrors for Williams, because if you were to see who's behind him, might make him drive a little different. Even though he probably knows because he's got relative on, but
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure he probably knows who is behind him, just not how far they are behind at certain times. Green flag back in the air here. Eiler, first one on the loud pedal. 11 laps to go. Schell going to try and get around Williams on the jump. Not going to happen as Ernie goes straight to the top, trying to follow in Eiler's footsteps. Here comes Schell now to the bottom, Matt. We saw a couple of guys able to make the low line work here. Schell going to be even with him at the line, battle for second.
I don't know, because Williams is pretty much running that same exact line Eiler's running, you know, right rear, right up against that wall, but it does look like the bottom is picking up a little bit of momentum.
It absolutely is, as the track continues to wash up to the top side and all the way down to the bottom. We're still even for second. These guys have been side by side now for 3 laps, Matt. Back behind them, Brennan Lacey into the top 5, Detweiler 4th. Still that battle for second. We can't quite move our eyes away from it, as this not only is a battle for second, also a battle for the points lead. As Schell now on the bottom, going to clear him as caution flies before we take the start-finish stripe, Matt. I believe that's going to put Ernie Williams back to the 2nd spot.
Yeah, I think it will, but man, what racing just there. That was looked pretty fun.
It absolutely did. Let's see here if we can figure out exactly who is at fault for this one. We look back, Chris Roberts currently the last car on the lead lap. I'll go from Chris on back here and see if we can catch exactly what happens here to bring out the caution. Oh, it was Chris himself. How about that, Matt? I guessed it and got it right. So let's hear. We get into turns 1 and 2. There you see around him DeGrande, the 23 of Szerzynski, the 00 of Steinke. Go a little bit further here. Whoa, big contact between Steinke, the 47 of DeGrande, and Roberts, which sees Chris go up to the outside wall, turn the wrong way, and the caution flag flies as a result of that. So inside of 10 laps to go, Matt, Braden Eiler's been untouchable. Here with the DOB 360 sprint cars at Weedsport. Ernie Williams Jr., Tyler Schell, Darren Detweiler, Brennan Lacey, your top 5. All of these guys still have a chance here, but they need to make that chance count as we go back. Green flag racing out of turn number 4, Matt. 7 laps to go.
Tyler Schell right back to the bottom. Williams right back to the top, picking up right where we left off.
Well, if I were Ernie, knowing who's down there, I'd go down and protect as fast as I could, but here we go. That bottom working once again as now Eiler look to the bottom, going into the corner. Now Williams up into the wall, still battling for that second spot. As we look back behind these guys, Lacey and Detweiler starting to trade shots for position number 4. Now Tyler Schell into the second spot, going to run Williams all the way up the racetrack. Williams into the wall, Schell into the wall as we continue to race down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Now Williams to the bottom as we get interesting here at Weedsport. Detweiler and Lacey battle for the 4th spot as caution flag flies. Kenny Miller involved in the car number 23. So that sets us up with just a few laps to go for the restart. Let's check on Kenny Miller here. We see contact between the 25 of Click and I'm not so sure who that is. I believe that's... Let me see if I can catch a number as he scrolls by here. 38 of Strickler, possibly there. And then you see your 23, Kenny Miller the third, up and over a few times. Has reverted from a 360 sprint to a dirt midget for just a couple of seconds there. As we now flash back in live here, there is race leader Braden Eiler. Set for another restart, Matt, with just, I believe, will it be 3 to go, or will we have a green-white checkered here to finish off race number 1 of the night?
We're going to have 4 laps to go here. Well, right now it says 32 out of 35. I don't know if that's...
So we're going to restart with 3 laps to go here. I believe, Matt. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 laps to go. As we get set to take another restart, Eiler will be your race leader. 1 to go to green this time. So it's Eiler, Schell, Williams, Detweiler, Lacey, your top 5, Matt. And, hey, your guy's making you proud here. He's up 12 spots in tonight's A main event as he is currently tied with Darren Detweiler for the hard charger. Right behind them is Josh Piquel, Alex Szerzynski, Kevin Click, Blake Carrick. Round out the top 10 as we get set for what could potentially be tonight's final restart here at Weedsport before we head off to Lanier coming up in just a little bit. But as we sit, green flag back in the air. Eiler on the loud pedal. 3 laps to go, Matt.
Tyler Schell.
Schell's got a chance, Matt.
Second spot.
Schell has absolutely got a chance, Mattis. Here we go. It's 2 by 2 for the race lead. 2 laps to go. Forgot my words for a second because this race is getting interesting here. Down the back straightaway we go. Coming to the white flag this time.
I apologize. I had some audio issues, but I'm good now. But Tyler Schell right on the back bumper of Braden Eiler.
Well, here we go, yeah.
And Braden Eiler is going to get a little bit of advantage through the corner, but I believe, yeah, looks like Braden Eiler is going to cruise to his victory.
Eiler wins, Schell second, Williams. Hey, Brennan Lacey picks up a spot at the very end. Must have been contact between he and Detweiler. Detweiler loses a spot. Piquel finishes 5th. Detweiler 6th. Alex Szerzynski 7th. Kevin Click 8th. Blake Carrick 9th. Joshua Steinke rounds out the top 10 on the racing surface here, Matt. Let's go ahead and real quick pull up your A main event results. and show you exactly who finished where. So we've got your top 10 out of the way. Finishing 11th was Brett Strickler in 38. 12th was Michael DeGrande in 47. 13th was Josh Cotton in 87. Tough break for Josh there, running in second for so long. And he comes home in that 13th spot. Chris Roberts, 14th. 15th went to Jack Young. 16th went to Steven Goldner. 17th to Jeremy Zarfos. 18th to Aaron Daffler. And then running after top 24, Kenny Miller, Miles Jansen Jr., David Smeal Jr., Nicholas McGeethy, Ryan Scheit, and Chris Sebeski round out the field here at Weedsport for session number 1. And real quick, we're going to take a look over and see if we can have a word with race winner of session number 1 here, Mr. Braden Eiler. From start to finish, domination, the name of the game here at Weedsport for Mr. Braden Eiler. I mean, all but the last 2 laps where Shell tried to give you a little bit of a challenge, but other than that, man, hey, cars on a rail and nobody could touch you.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoy this track. It's definitely a shame that we had the amount of yellows we did. I was really hopeful for this one. I knew from previous races that the bottom of 3 and 4 eventually would come in, and the car just got so loose at the end that I was waiting for it, and I know we kept getting yellows and yellows and yellows and yellows. I knew eventually at one point Tyler was going to show up, and then he showed his nose in the front stretch out of 4, so I knew it was time to switch my line on that end of the track. I definitely felt comfortable with what I was doing on 1 and 2. I felt like I was getting good enough runs to stay doing what I was doing, but I definitely needed to change up what I was doing on the other end of the track.
Well, you did that, and it works to perfection here, gets you to victory. So far this season, Braden, you're the only guy that has won multiple features for the series. Sets you up pretty well as we head to Lanier's. What do you kind of think of there? Lanier, a totally different beast than what we're seeing here at Weedsport.
Yeah, I usually enjoy Lanier early, but lately it seemed like it's kind of became a sort of bottom-heavy racetrack once it gets slick. So, we'll see what happens. I know Chris and Darren have been trying to make the setups more, leaning towards the bottom, but I feel like that's a track that definitely doesn't need it. Even here at Weedsport, it seems like a very racy surface as well. So, we'll see what we can do and try and repeat what we did here.
Well, absolutely. We're excited to see it. Braden, go ahead, shout out those sponsors, and we'll get you cooking as you head towards Lanier.
Yeah, just everybody doubles up. Maverick Simulations, Wicked Brands, Just Logistics, Flow Racing, everybody else that's partnered with the team. And I appreciate Chris and Darren for all the hard work that they do. Hopefully we can get everybody to kind of start staying in line and, enjoying and having a fun race.
Absolutely, Braden. Once again, congratulations. Great run here at Weedsport, and here in just a couple minutes, we'll see if you can back it up and put another one on the podium at Lanier.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, that was the voice of tonight's feature number 1 winner, Mr. Braden Eiler. Now we will pull up into the broadcast booth. Second place finisher, up 9 spots in tonight's feature. It'll be the 85 of Tyler Shell. Tyler, we came into tonight, you're 3 points to the good of Ernie Williams Jr. for that for the points lead right now. And hey, you did exactly what you have to do. You finished in front of Ernie and extended it out a little bit here in round number 1 at Weedsport.
Yeah, for sure. Just kept my nose clean. Haven't been able to do that very often here lately, but yeah, just kept my nose clean, was patient, and was able to make my way up to second. Had a shot there, just wasn't able to clear him off 4, and I knew that was over because he saw my nose. So it is what it is, but for sure, good night.
Hey, all in all, exactly like you said, good night. It seemed like Braden had everybody's number, so definitely can't be upset about that one. We're heading straight from here, though. Completely different racing surface. We head down south. We head to the Lanier National Speedway. How are you feeling as we head down to that dirty south? It should be an interesting round 2 here tonight.
For sure. It's either going to be pound the fence or roll the middle bottom, but we'll see what we got.
Absolutely. Tyler, now before we let you go real quick, shout out those sponsors. Who got you on the podium here at Weedsport?
Yep, just like that everybody that puts this league on. You guys for sticking around and broadcasting every week, and then I was up Sport, and then Woolen Tires, her guy Real Safe, Paints by Tunica, and Jessup Logistics.
Absolutely, Tyler. Well, congratulations on a podium finish here at Weedsport, and we look forward to seeing what you got in store for us as we head down to Lanier.
Thank you.
So one more guy to have a word with here before we head to the second session of the night. Third place finisher, Ernie Williams Jr. Ernie, solid run, but with the points battle being so close, probably not exactly what you were looking for. But hey, you got to look on the bright side here. Another podium finish to add to the season here at Weedsport.
Yeah, not a good night for us. We started outside row 1. Got to win that. Don't matter who's up there. So yeah, we got to go back and evaluate how he's doing. He's burning the tires off. I got to get off the throttle. So disappointing night. We'll take third, obviously, but all in all, it's not where we wanted to be. Podium's nice, but we want to be at the top step. So all in all, we'll take it though, but not what we was looking for, man.
Well, hey, don't count yourself out just yet, because we do have another race left to go tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna go out and give her all we got, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us to the top step, like I said.
Well, Ernie, I'll make it quick for you real quick so you can get in and prepare yourself for the second race of the night. Go ahead, shout out those sponsors, let everybody know who got you on the podium here at Weedsport.
Absolutely. I want to first thank the fans for coming out and watching. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys reading us on. All the drivers love it. Tim Nichols with Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Make sure everybody goes to his page, like his page. He's got a nice video on there with Jack Hewitt and them guys, and a lot of memorabilia, a lot of good things to look at. Nice 15, 20-minute video. Just take your time, go through it. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's got a lot of cool stuff up there in his garage. At the Hillbilly High Banks is what we call it. And like I said, Jack Hewitt's up there telling some stories. I'm sure I haven't seen the video yet. He sent it to me, and as soon as I get a chance after Lanier, I'm going to run it. But make sure all the fans and you too, man, go over there and check it out. Like I said, Jack Hewitt's in there, and he's a great guy. Anytime he's on any videos, it's a good thing. Chaz Thompson did the video. All the guys up there, like I said, man, appreciate all them guys. BDM, congratulations, Tyler and Tyler on first, second. We'll see you next time, hopefully.
Hold on, Ernie, right quick before you leave. Yep. Matt Pritchett, do you have any idea who Jack Hewitt is?
Me?
No, I'm talking to Matt, my co-host here. I don't think You don't. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna have to send you the video.
Yeah, go make sure you go watch the video, man. I'll look up any video. Make sure you watch that one first, then go to YouTube and just type in Jack Hewitt.
Watch the one after that USAC race back in the 90s. That's all you gotta watch. No Jack Hewitt.
Exactly.
All right,
you guys take care, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. We'll see you a little bit later on. Matt, I can't believe you. Oh man, my broadcast partner doesn't know Jack Hewitt. We're calling sprint car races, but hey, I'll introduce Matt before the next one we do to Mr. Jack Hewitt, an absolute legend in USAC racing history. So that was your top 3 from tonight's event at the Weedsport Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take a hop, skip, and a jump over to the next session, and TDTV will be right back, rejoining you live from the Lanier National Speedway. Do not go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TDTV as we rejoin you tonight from the beautiful Lanier National Speedway here in the heart of Georgia for round number 4, session number 2 of the DOB 360 Sprint Car season number 17, live from Brazelton, Georgia's Lanier National Speedway, formerly a dirt track turned asphalt, now unfortunately closed in her life, but still open to us here on the iRacing Simulator as we look live at your session 1 winner, Mr. Braden Eiler, as he is currently out for his hot laps. We'll pull up the big board here. Want to say hi to Mr. Tim Nichols down in the comment section, one of our presenting partners here for the DOB 360 Sprint Cars on TDTV. Of course, TDTV brought to you by the Talking Dirt Podcast, live every Thursday wherever you find your favorite podcast. But got some bad news, unfortunately. No Talking Dirt this week. Going to be busy with a bit of a house move. So no Talking Dirt Podcast this Thursday. Possibly one later in the weekend. But we've also got this hurricane coming, so not sure when the next episode will be released. Possibly next week for the Talking Dirt Podcast. Brett Strickler currently is second quick there in car number 38. Right behind him is Braden Eiler. Kevin Click up in front of these guys in car number 25. Here's Jeremy Zarfos in car number 19. Zarfos now second quick. JZ Photography on the side of that one. Michael DeGrande in 47 up into the wall. Lane Stevens and Ryan Shine also here in session number 3. So 24 cars have taken the time so far. Looks like 6 left to go. 7, 31 cars signed in here at the Lanier National Speedway for round 4, session number 2 with the Dirty Old Bastard 360 Sprint Cars. Of course, brought to you by Design Metal Art, also in sponsorship with Super Clean, as well as JZ Photography, Tim Nichols, Dirt Track Simulators, powered by iRacing, Forest Way, the I-55 lawyer in Missouri, Wicked Brands, and Wicked Cushion Esports, amongst others, that present you this fine broadcast on TDTV every Tuesday and Thursday, now moving to just Thursdays after tonight, unfortunately. But here we go, another session of hot laps. As you see that number 21 there, Chris Sabeski. Kenny Miller the third there in car number 26. Ernie Williams Jr. in car number 91. Brad Lamberson now with us in car number 27. Miles Jansen Jr. there in car number 35 for this final session of hot laps. Got one down on the inside there. 121 or 211 looked like. Mr. Tim Nichols in the house here, as he's a little bit squirrely there. Tim, hold on to it as he heads into turns 3 and 4 here at Lanier to bring it into this hot lap session. There he goes down the front straightaway, does Mr. Tim. And he will round out his hot lap session down the backstretch here at the Lanier National Speedway. So that'll do it for tonight's second hot lap session. See Alex Szerzynski, the quickest time. Zarfo, second. Strickler, Chevalier, McGeethy, your top 5. Moore, Paquel, Eiler, Click, and Justin Zapp, your top 10 here in hot laps as we get set to roll off qualifying here in just a moment. I want to remind everybody, we've been talking about it all night. That points battle coming in just 3 points between Tyler Schell and Ernie Williams Jr. Ernie Williams a little dejected after race number 1 as he wasn't quite able to stay in front of Tyler Schell towards the end there. And Tyler was able to get by him and extend that points lead out ever so slightly. Let's see. Oh, that's not you, Mr. Tim. That's the Chaz? Like Chaz Thompson Chaz? That's pretty cool if it is, but here we go here. Qualifying set to take place Couple of cars already getting out on the speedway as we look on with the 3D Darren Detweiler as he starts his first of 2 laps here in qualifying. Okay, he just didn't remember the name. I will clear this up. Matt told me to clear this up. As soon as I played the most infamous Jack Hewitt clip, he realized who it was. And you know the one I'm talking about where Jack was talking about the USAC official, said, you know, a couple of choice words about him. I won't repeat them on the broadcast here. That's pretty cool. Mr. Chaz Thompson in the house with us racing in the 311 machine. But yes, Matt had heard of Jack before, but obviously where we're from, we kind of watch a lot more late model racing than sprint car racing, besides here with the DOB 360s and 410s. So that's why he knows more of the late model guys. That's exactly right, Mr. Tim. KMD, indeed. So let's focus back in here. Szerzynski, 5th quick on lap number 2. Josh Piquel, currently 21st. They're in car number 33 into turns number 3 and 4 here at Lanier, where will Piquel fall in line. Sticks 23rd, it looks like. And we see Chaz taking a couple of hot ones as well. Currently 29th out of 31. A little loosey-goosey out of turn number 4 for Chaz. But he will stick at 29th so far. I believe possibly just cutting a couple of hot laps now, as he may in fact be done with his qualifying time. We'll see if this one registers a lap here. Still 29th for Mr. Chaz, as that'll round out qualifying here tonight. We'll pull up qualifying times so that you can see them. Miles Jansen Jr. was your fastest qualifier at an 11.720. Eiler, Click, Miller, Detweiler, Szerzynski, Chevalier, Scheidt, Thomas, Young, your top 10. That will also line up heat race number 1. Ernie Williams Jr., the Ohio native, in number 91. Will roll off from the pole. Justin Thomas, no, not the golfer, but the racer out of Illinois, in number 23 outside of him. Row number 2 inside. A Midwest driver, car number 3D. It'll be Darren Detweiler outside of him. Representing Parabellum Esports, Miles Jansen Jr. in car number 35. Row number 3 on the inside out of Canada, representing Phantom Motorsports, Chris Sabeski in car number 21. Dean Reynolds representing Super Dirt Car Series will roll off from the 8th spot, or the 6th spot, excuse me. Out of Buchanan, out of New York, will start 7th. And Chaz will start in that 8th and final spot here. Looking for the top 4 to transfer into tonight's A main event. Everybody else to the B main. The Chaz is going to be banging around the high banks for a while. We are set to find out if Chaz will impress nonetheless, as we head down the back straightaway with the lights out on the iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck, as we get to set to take the green flag for heat race number 1 of session number 2 tonight from let's refresh that, from the beautiful Lanier National Speedway, as we come off turn number 4, not reset just yet. There we go. Big board looking good once again. 10 laps to go. Williams will lead us thus far as Thomas, Detweiler, Jansen all challenge down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Detweiler on the bottom. Jansen currently in 2nd. Thomas back to that 4th spot. Good racing so far at Lanier. There's Ernie way up on the top. Miles now in the middle of the track. Got a bit of a run into turns 3 and 4. Jansen to the point. Will Williams be able to get a run on the outside? Yes, he will, but it's not enough. New leader Miles Jansen Jr. Jansen, a good run into 1 and 2 slides right up in front of Williams. Williams back to the back bumper into turns 3 and 4. Sabeski, where did he come from? Chris Sabeski into the top 4, gets around Justin Thomas. Looking back towards the tail end, there's Chaz all by his lonesome. Up in front of him, Adam Buchanan, Dean Reynolds, Sabeski, whoa, into the wall, and around goes Chris Sabeski. He couldn't drop water downstream. That is hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, okay, that will throw me for a loop. So seven laps to go here. Chris Sabeski involved in a caution here I saw it all, so we won't take it to the replay. Tough break for Chris's. Looks like a little bit of a tow out situation there for the 21 car. As the pace truck will recollect the field here. As there's race leader Miles Jansen Jr. looking good thus far in car number 35. There's a good look at your top four there. Reynolds, the last man in as we sit. Dean Reynolds, haven't seen him yet this season. Good looking 79 car as well. Like the paint job on that one. As I believe we've taken our one to go to green. There's Miles Jansen Jr. He leads us down the back straightaway. And we're set to take the green flag out of turn number 4. It's back in the air from the flagman. And we are racing once again at Lanier. 6 laps to go. As there's your battle for the second spot. As Detweiler look to the bottom. Looks like this track hasn't quite pushed out to the top just yet. The middle groove is where you want to be. As Williams is finding that out the hard way. As he's up top in turns 1 and 2. Detweiler this time not able to get the run he got the last time. As now Ernie Williams Jr. sights set on Miles Jansen. As your gap currently sits at about 0.4 of a second. Detweiler, Reynolds, as we've got a battle. Whoa, where did Buchanan come from? Adam Buchanan up 3 spots here in this heat race. Oh, just about contact. That one had me on the edge of my seat. 79 hits the binders, avoids the 44, and we continue to race down the front straightaway with just 2 laps to go. Looks like Buchanan has cleared the 79 for now. There's Chaz there in the 211 car. Justin Thomas quite a ways behind him. White flag waves here. So we look back on this top 3. They're getting closer and closer as we continue on working the white flag lap. Jansen into turns 3 and 4 for the very final time. Out of 4 wins heat race 1. Second to Williams. Detweiler third. Buchanan crosses 4th. Then it's Reynolds, Chaz, and Justin Thomas rounding out the field here for heat race number 1. Quick turnaround for heat race number 2, and the man on the point, this is just the kind of track that he would like. It's the Catfish, Chris Roberts, rolling off from the pole. Outside of him, Jack Young in number 12. Row 2 inside, Alex Szerzynski. They're in now car number 5. It'll be 23 on your screen. Braden Eiler will be outside of him, starting 4th in car number 6. Starting from the 5th spot, Blake Carrick starting 6th. David Smeal Jr. starting 7th. Nathan Davis. And your final starter of this heat race will be current points leader Tyler Schell, as we get set to do a 10-lap heat race, taking the top 4 to tonight's main event, coming around to get that one to go to green this time. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of tracks around here this coming weekend, Mr. Tim. They with this hurricane coming, we ain't doing no racing around here either. Green flag in the air here. Chris Roberts going to lead us into turns 1 and 2 here, and we've got a battle for the lead. Blake Carrick, Alex Szerzynski on the top shelf as we race around. 9 laps remain. Roberts good lead now for the Catfish, who's working the middle of the racetrack here at Lanier. Eiler in second, Carrick, Szerzynski, your top 4. As Braden tried a slider, didn't work. Carrick back around him. So is Szerzynski. Action all over the Lanier National Speedway here, as there was almost contact for the lead. Slide job from Eiler right up in front of Carrick, who now goes back down to the bottom. To the top goes Carrick. Eiler now looking for the lead. Roberts holds on to it. Into the outside wall goes Chris Roberts. Braden Eiler with the slide job. Chris Roberts has to press the binders. Now back to the bottom. Slider and a crossover attempt from Eiler. He might make it stick, but Roberts, the momentum down the back straightaway. Good race for the lead right now. Tyler Shell up to the 3rd spot. All 5 already. Where did he come from? Back to 4th. Szerzynski, Carrick battle for it. Back up front, Eiler, Roberts continue to trade sliders. Heck of a race so far for heat race number 2. 5, going to be 4 laps to go this time by at the line. Roberts to the lead. Good crossover by Chris Roberts. Now Tyler Shell enters his name into the mix here for the race lead. Eiler was up on the top shelf, tried to get around Roberts, nothing doing. Now Shell's on the bottom, Eiler's on the top, those two side by side for second. As we head off into 1 and 2 once again, Shell looks for a slider, gonna pull up short. Oh, man, Braden Eiler just about gets into the back of Roberts. Now Shell with the slide job, Roberts with the crossover. What a race so far for the race lead. 2 laps to go, doesn't get any better than this for the DOB 360 sprint cars, as now Roberts back to the bottom, Shell with a slider of his own. These guys still racing hard for the race lead. This is gonna be a photo finish. Grandma, get out the camera. It's on like Donkey Kong here at Lanier. Roberts to the bottom, gotta hold up just a little bit. Oh boy, here we go. Shell's gonna win at the line. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen, what a race. Oh boy. I am going to watch that again because that was as close as it gets. You see Tyler Shell around the outside off of turn number 4, throws an absolute wrench into things. He beats out Braden Eiler by a nose. Chris Roberts, unfortunately, all the way back to the 3rd spot, still transfers in. And I believe, let's see here if I can pull it up, your 4th and final transfer out of that heat race will be Alex Szerzynski in car number 23. Mr. Tim, what'd you think about that? What a heat race out of those 3 men, Shell, Eiler, and Roberts, making all the cautions in race number 1 worth the while. Absolutely great racing action here. So heat race number 3 on the speedway now. Lamberson, Zarfos, your front row. Click, Chevalier, row number 2, McGeethy, Piquel, row number 3, DeGrande, Bach, row number 4. These guys got a lot of expectations to live up to after heat race number 2. One of the best heat races I've seen so far this season with the DOB 360 sprint cars, and let's see if we can follow it up here